Yeah, what's this? Okay. I don't know what that was. Hello, Internet! This is the Stabby Brit. I've just been down the pub, and I've returned to discover that my fridge contains alcohol. So, obviously, this is happening. Exuberance. Excuse me, while we're just getting started, I'm just going to check my phone. Okay, well... Okay, lovely. Fine, yes. Sorry about that, but now you have my undivided attention. And, right, so... For those of you who aren't familiar what happens here, I basically get drunk and shout at things while playing games, and this time, this is one of the ones where I sort of have a plan ahead of time. Which is different to the usual drunken ramblings where I've got no fucking clue what I'm going to talk about. I've got all of these already. We've got about an hour to... I don't know what I'm going to be playing as. I'm going to pick that one just because. Not that it matters. The point of this stream is not what Battlefield medals I'm playing. Wait, let me try that again. No, let's not bother. Can't be asked. I'm too busy drinking gold hobgoblin. So yes, be sure to fetch your own drink. This is strictly a bring your own bottle affair. Right, so if I recall correctly, this stream has the title of Alcoholic Recollections of a General Election. And that is going to be the theme of this evening's nonsense. You may recall, at least I recall, saying that in the wake of this election result, I am going to be drinking myself into a stupor. And it will either be in celebration of the glorious victory of Comrade Corbyn over the evil capitalist pig dogs, or it'll be because Theresa May is back in power, and her Conservative Party have an absolute majority, and everyone who is not stinking rich is doomed to a life of abject misery and slavery. Where am I going to spawn? I haven't decided. What am I playing? I'm playing as the medic, apparently. No, we're going to play support and unlock a new shiny gun. So, the first question we must answer for this stream is, am I drinking in celebration or consolation? And the answer, of course, is, if you're going to the bar, I recommend the Dreadnought. Just half a pint for me, please, because I'm driving in 20 minutes. Stand still and let me shoot you, sir. Crap. Out of bullets. Are you still there? Guess not. Hello, Mr. Sniper. Right, I'm clearly not doing much up here. Bugger me. So, the basic rundown of the general election. For those who have not been following British politics, or, you know, don't particularly care. Hello. Crap. The situation we have had is that Theresa May had an absolute majority in British Parliament. Assuming that her party consisted of good little plebs who voted the way she wanted them to, Theresa May could basically pass any legislation she liked through Parliament. Because that's what having a majority of Parliament means. She then decided, because she has an absolute majority, she wanted an even bigger majority. Because, you know, she's a greedy cunt. Hello, sir. I plan to hit you on the back of the head the moment you stop moving. Like so. So she called a general election. A general election she couldn't possibly lose. And proceeded to lose. Well, some people will argue she didn't lose. And those people are wrong. Because if you go into an election with an absolute majority, and you come out with a minority, and are forced to make deals with a political group so fucked up in the head that Donald Trump looks like an advanced progressive, not a Republican, then as far as I'm concerned, you have lost and lost badly and should be ashamed for the rest of your miserable life. Believe me, the DUP, I haven't really paid them a lot of attention, because the DUP, well, we'll get to the DUP. Delicious alcohol. So, we'll get to the DUP. But there are things we need to understand first. For the sake of absolute completeness, to make sure everybody understands, there are 650 seats available in the British parliamentary system. It works out roughly 1 in 100,000 people. And last time I checked, and I admit I didn't check particularly hard, the boundary lines are more or less drawn so that, generally speaking, everybody has the same number of people in their constituency. So in theory, it's a sort of fair system. In reality, about 1 in 6 voters come from London, and therefore their vote should be discounted because fuck Londoners. But anyway, the point is that in 2015, in no small part because of a general disdain for the British political system as it was, the status quo, so to speak. Awful band, by the way. Because of the political status quo, a lot of people protested by voting for people other than the big two parties, first being the Conservatives and Labour. The Conservatives are sort of like the Republican Party, for the Americans among you, and the Labour are sort of like the Democrats, except that description is completely wrong in pretty much every way imaginable. Anyway, those are the two big parties, and they did reasonably well in 2015. But smaller parties did much, much better. The smaller parties being the Greens, who are environmentally focused, the UK Independence Party, who are focused on UK being independent of everyone and everything, such as the European Union and sanity. And then there's the Liberal Democrats, who are completely irrelevant, and always have been, and always will be. You don't need to know anything else about them, they're not important. This time around, things are looking a little different. We are back to a two-party system. Hello, plane. I have no idea where the hell everyone is. I keep looking for people to shoot, and I'm not finding... Ah, there's one. Stand up and let me shoot you. So, I am very well King Richard the Lionheart of England. Mildly intoxicated. How are the Crusades against the dirty foreigners doing? And by the way, watch out for your relatives. I don't trust them for a moment. Shit. That's a lot of tanks. You're not a tank. So I'll shoot you. Huzzah! Crap. Oh well. So where was I? Yes, I was talking about the sorry state of our political system. So, basically speaking, the main parties of the Tories and Labour have once again taken control of most, if not all, of our voting bloc. Between them, these two parties control pretty much 90% of the votes, if not more. And the rest are split between the remaining parties, these being the Greens, who have maybe one MP now, the Liberal Democrats, who somehow have 15. I don't know how. Then there's the United Kingdom Independence Party, who have 0 MPs, and that was loud. And then you've got the regional parties. There's the Welsh party, Plaid Cymru, who own a small part of Wales, because, you know, not even the Welsh want to rule themselves. There's the Scottish National Party, who used to control all of Scotland, and now control some of Scotland, because they wouldn't shut the fuck up about leaving the United Kingdom. And then there are the Northern Ireland parties. And the Northern Ireland parties are basically a bunch of cunts. there is nothing respectable or redeemable about Irish politics. On the one hand, you have Sinn Féin. They are a bunch of terrorist-supporting nationalists who want Northern Ireland to become part of the Republic of Ireland. And then you have the Democratic Unionist Party, who are even worse. Now, how best to describe the Democratic Unionist Party? Let me have a nice sip of inspiration juice. Okay. Please imagine the American Republican Party. Imagine Donald Trump. Okay? So Donald Trump gets into power and he says, you know what? I don't like being an intelligent human being. I want to deny climate change. I want to outlaw abortion. I want to question whether or not gay people have a right to be married. I want to basically set the tone of the discussion back to where it was in the 1950s. And then, the Democratic Unionist Party takes one look at Donald Trump and says, hold my Guinness. These dumb fuckers are young Earth creationists. Basically, think of every single put down, every single insult, every single mocking jab that has ever been made at the worst branch of the American conservative Christian political spectrum. The sort of political ideology that the overwhelming majority of us thought had long since been abandoned here in the United Kingdom and would never return. And that is less extreme and less fucked in the head than the Democratic Unionist Party. These people are just... I do not know how to describe them. So, maybe I need some artillery. Oh, fuck, it's gone. So we have a wonderful situation here in the United Kingdom, where, because Theresa May fucked up royally, she and her party now do not command a majority in Parliament. Which means she has no reliable way of actually passing any kind of legislation through Parliament. Because when one of her brilliant conservative plans is put forward, like, you know, the idea of selling children into slavery so people like Jeremy Hunt can rape them on their days off, well, she can't pass that anymore. She would have done before, but she can't now. Thank you. So she has jumped into bed with the DUP on the basis that if the DUP support the Conservative Party and vote the way the Conservative Party want them to, then the Conservatives will have a majority and can pass through all their fucked up in the head legislation. In other words, British politics is now being dominated by a bunch of religious fanatics of a sort that have no place in the United Kingdom or indeed the civilized world. Shit. So the situation we have now, I really don't know what to make of it. I mean, the best part though, the best part of all this absolute bullshit is the fact that, unbeknownst to a great many people, the political situation in Northern Ireland is not a stable one, and it's not a pleasant one, and if anything, it's getting uglier by the day. Put simply, a while ago, as I understand it, there was accusations that the First Minister of Ireland, who is a member of the DUP, was involved in a corruption scandal. And Sinn Féin basically said, fuck it, we're not playing ball, we're not going to form a parliament, we're just going to be obstinate cunts until she gets sacked, basically. And the DUP said, no, we rather like having corrupt politicians in power because we get more money. So, things have fallen apart, basically. Absolutely fallen apart. In a desperate attempt to stop everything falling apart, the Conservative Party said, look, we will act as mediators in this argument. We will try and be an impartial third party and help you settle your differences in a reasonable, adult fashion. This is the same Conservative Party that is now picking sides. Which is, of course, exactly what an impartial mediator should do, as I'm sure you are all well aware. Should we have a laugh and try and shoot at that ship? Pop.
We have lost objective apples.
Hey, I hit it.
We have taken objective Edward.
So, for all intents and purposes, our politics is royally fucked. Apparently I can't shoot this gun anymore. Oh. If I'm following the chat correctly, we have some degree of anti-Muslim sentiment going on. Well, I don't think the Muslims are the problem with Brexit. I think it's the utterly corrupt wankers in charge of the country, which are the problem right now. Did I do that? No, some bastard stole my kill. Oh well. One day I will sink you, behemoth, but not today. The Islamic situation is another problem entirely, although props to Austria. Props to Austria for actually taking a stand and banning the burqa and everyone who doesn't speak German and forcing migrants to, you know, actually get a fucking job. Well done to them. Anyway.
We have lost objective butter.
Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. When did I start playing Battlefield? Oh, yes. That's some ammo. I think I need more alcohol just to keep me going. So,
We have lost objective Charlie.
So, the glorious situation we have is that Theresa Strong and Stable May, the strong and stable leader of the strong and stable Conservative Party, who had a strong and stable majority, and now has an even stronger and even more stable minority. By the way, the hilarious part is even with her DUP allies, she has less seats than she did at the start of this whole affair. Now, if that's not strong and stable, I don't know what is. Wasn't there a tank here a moment ago? Oh well. Shit. So, Theresa May has basically fucked things up royally. But it gets better, because in theory,
We have lost objective.
our lovely Prime Minister, in order to actually validate her position as Prime Minister,
Objective Charlie.
she basically has to make a speech to the Queen and convince the Queen that she actually has a right to act like a Member of Parliament. And there are two situations here. First of all, well, there are three situations. The first situation is that Theresa May and her new young Earth creationist friends can get to the legislation, excuse me, excuse me, the bill, budget, that's the word, gets the budget through Parliament, at which point Theresa May somehow remains Prime Minister, despite the desires of every sane member of the human race. Let's try and get a limpet charge on you. Have a limpet charge. Where did that go? Oh well. So yes, Theresa May gets the budget through Parliament and remains in power. The second situation, which I suspect might well happen actually, fucking planes, is Theresa May goes before Parliament and says, "Here is my budget," and Parliament says, "Yeah, and here's where you can stick it." At which point, goodbye Theresa May, you are no longer in charge of the country, and Jeremy Corbyn gets a go. Damn it! The tank didn't explode! Fucking cunts. So, whether or not you think that's a good thing, that Jeremy Corbyn could become Prime Minister instead, or fucking awful, the fact is that, well, it would mean Theresa May's not in power. As far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. Because I still do not hold to this deranged belief that a woman who U-turns more than a fucking fidget spinner is somehow the best choice for getting us a Brexit that we want. Now the third option. The third option that a lot of people forget is that Theresa May could get her budget through Parliament. And she could go before the Queen and say, "Here is my budget, I would like your permission to form a government, Your Majesty." To which Her Majesty turns around and says, "No, get fucked." And this has happened before. I believe it was Queen Victoria, who famously, upon becoming Queen, turned around and said, "No, you're not going to be Prime Minister, I'm going to pick Prime Minister because I think you're a cunt." Obviously she said it in slightly more eloquent terms, but still. What am I drinking tonight? I am drinking Gold Hobgoblin. I was drinking something called Dreadnought while I was at the pub. It was very nice. It was a real ale pub, which is the correct form of pub, not one of those trendy wine bars. Charge far, far too much for far, far too little alcohol. Oh dear. Now, so the I keep losing my train of thought. I keep putting it down. Somewhere inside this bottle of Hobgoblin. It's in here somewhere. We just have to locate it. So, the situation I'm hoping for, because, you know, I'm a closet communist. I'm secretly hoping that Theresa May gets skull-fucked, and that Jeremy Corbyn gets a go at forming a government. And this isn't just because I'm a secret communist. I actually think... didn't get blown up. I actually think... Jeremy Corbyn forming a government is the best thing that could possibly happen to this country. Now, let me try and explain why. This is going to be slightly tricky because it's not easy to do sober, and I am not sober. Basically, if you were to conduct a survey of the British public, around 105% of them would say they're fucking sick of the current system. And, well, I don't blame them. I mean, how many fucking protest votes do you need? Brexit was a clue. So, if Jeremy Corbyn becomes Prime Minister, I'm pretty sure it would be unprecedented. Frankly, it would be yet another fuck you to the establishment, which is just, you know, a running theme at this point. But it would also be incredibly interesting, because British politics isn't really fond of coalitions, shall we say. Traditionally, we have one party in charge, and very, very rarely we have two parties working together. Or, to be more precise, one party and their bitch. we don't really have coalitions. We don't really have cooperation. And that's why I really, really want Jeremy Corbyn to be in power. Because Jeremy Corbyn and his Labour Party are such a small minority they cannot rule alone. They will need a coalition. And they will need a coalition of multiple parties. And that would be something we have never seen before. And that's why I kind of want it to happen. Oh, on the Brexit front, I'm not concerned about that. Brexit will happen. There's no question of that. If you go by what's the word? Party policy. That's the word. If you go by party policies, around 85% of the voting population voted for a pro-Brexit party. There is absolutely no mandate whatsoever to cancel the Brexit process. We are leaving the United Kingdom. The simple question is, what will be the terms of that leaving, and who will be doing the negotiation? Anyone who tries to argue that we should change our minds at this point and say, actually, maybe we should stay, can get fucked, because they're wrong. Perhaps if we lived in some bizarro world where 51% of the population voted for the Liberal Democrats, then that would be a pretty fucking decisive statement that actually the British public had changed their mind, and now we should, reconsider. And where are my fucking guns? There we go. And I realise it might not be a popular sentiment, but I would actually get behind that. If the Liberal Democrats had somehow got a 51% of the vote, I would be absolutely fine with them taking that as a mandate not to leave the European Union. But of course that didn't happen, because it never fucking will. So, put simply, there is no mandate to deny us Brexit now. It has to happen. The electorate has spoken, directly and indirectly. The question is how. And, frankly, I don't trust Theresa May to vote the terms. Ah, good idea, sir. Acquire more alcohol. Inebriate yourself with me. I am playing as the British, aren't I? Yes. Right. Look at this way. The European Union is a bloody mess, no question. I suppose the final point of interest in this whole debacle is whether or not Theresa May should remain in British politics. And obviously my answer is no. She has done a wonderful job of sabotaging her own party, and for that she must be punished. I mean, I honestly thought he was on my side. That's quite embarrassing. Yes, Greece is a mess. Honestly, Greece is what convinced me that we had to leave the European Union. Because Greece voted something like 5 times to abandon austerity. And every single time they said, we don't want austerity, the European Union turned around and said, yes you do. Have another vote and get the right answer this time. And that is just disgusting. And that's me dead. I want a plane! Why am I even playing this?
We have taken objective Charlie.
Well, okay, I can't have a plane. Maybe I can have something else. Maybe I can have... Ooh. What about a rifle? I could play a sniper. That's an awful gun. I'm not using that. Have I got any infantry variants left to do? Have I done them all? Oh! I've got the Gewehr 95. Fuck it. Of course it has to look nice. Well, if you can't have something that looks nice, we'll at least have something that looks. Right, one disaster incoming. Oh, sorry. Tank!
Over there, an enemy
Do
tank.
I have... Nope, I don't. Oh, shit. Well, that went well. Douglas Murray's book. Which one's that? I'm not familiar with... Not too familiar with Douglas Murray. Alcohol is a glorious thing you really should be drinking. Fun fact. Long-term fans of TLD will know this, but scientists, or at least, you know, students pretending to be scientists, decided to go and get a load of fish drunk and see how they interacted with each other. And the fun fact is that fish that were mildly drunk were actually more social and more successful at being fish than sober fish. There's a plane. Ah, there you are, you cunt. I'm going to get you. So yes, I'm not going to do a very good job of explaining it, but basically, being drunk is good for you. And there are absolutely no downsides to being intoxicated whatsoever, and you should spend your entire life drunk. And that's basically science. Well, you're an abject failure at life. Oh, you're one of mine. I don't think we become more primal. I think it's a case we lose some of our inhibitions.
An enemy plane.
Because I think we basically go through a lot of our lives being concerned about what other people think. And, basically, alcohol doesn't give a fuck what other people think because it's a hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbons are very egotistical. Have you ever tried having a conversation with petrol? Fucking insufferable. Oh yes, it's actually for the sake of any foreigners listening, it's part of the British Constitution. This is the unwritten Constitution, and it's unwritten so that you actually have to remember what's in it. Damn it. It's part of the British Constitution that the people shall not discuss politics until at least 2.5 pints have been consumed. And, frankly, that's probably the problem we have right now, is that most of our politicians are sober. It's no accident that our greatest politicians were routinely smashed. I mean, Winston Churchill, for example, was never sober at any point in his life. He was conceived inside a casket of ale. And it only went downhill from there. Well, I don't blame you, Sir Richard. I mean, you're stuck in foreign parts. Surrounded by, you know, Solomon. And that fucking county of Odessa, which keeps falling to the Muslims. Must be bloody frustrating.
We have lost objective
Have a thing. Hooray! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Why did you revive me? There were 72 virgins!
near your location.
You horrible man! Oh dear. Welcome to the politically incorrect part of the channel. Oh, this is the, What's going on? Damn it! One day I will bring you down. Oh, how much alcohol have I got left? Maybe about a fifth. Right, so
We are losing objective butter.
I've got something of an existential crisis. I don't appear to have enough alcohol to make it through the rest of the match. This is a disaster. Where are you? There you are.
That ammo's got your name on it.
Yes, the magical healing properties of bacon, sir. You know what? This game would be so much more fun if that were the case. Instead of morphine, you just have somebody coming along and offering you a bacon sandwich. It's like, oh god, I'm dying. I've been shot through the kidneys. I'm in incredible pain and bleeding to death. Well, if you keep fighting, you can have a bacon sandwich. Is the brown sauce on it? Of course there's brown sauce on it. Oh, go on then. Go on then. As long as it's white bread. It's brown sauce and white bread, I'll keep fighting. What was that? I heard a sort of a foot sound. Ah, it's a sniper. Hello, sniper. Aha, I shot you in the head. Huzzah! Excellent. I rather enjoy this rifle, the Huot automatic, and you can notice. Actually, I've just noticed. Look, it's got a Tanith badge on it. And if you don't know who the Tanith are, I'm sorely disappointed. You clearly don't enjoy the correct forms of sci-fi.
Look up, Blaine.
Or read proper
Taken
books.
objective apples.
But the Huot automatic, fun historical fact. It was a Canadian rifle. And it was converted into a powerful, fully automatic submachine gun by removing everything the Canadians built.
Take the ammo.
Let's go. Shall we ride in a tank? That sounds like fun, actually. Come here. I know it's a French tank, but we could just pretend it's British. Where am I? Am I on the rear gun? Yes, I am. Marvellous. Actually, this is perfect. I'm on the rear gun. So, when invariably the French driver starts retreating, the enemies will be coming towards me, and that'll make it much easier to kill them. Speaking of coming towards me, hello, plane. Actually, I think we're about to die. Goodbye. Right. Who blew up... Damn it. Right, that's who blew up the tank. Good to know. Let's see. I kind of exhausted the point of the stream. But I still have alcohol left. So, bit of an existential crisis. Oh, you have no idea. My patrons will attest to the lengths to which I will go to mock the French. And incidentally, if you want to watch me mock the French faction of Battlefield, then it will cost you about a thing. A sort of a piece of paper with a number on it. Via Patreon. It's one of the hidden things. Just so you know. It's not that I'm desperate for more money to spend on booze or anything. Who's in here? Oh, you're on our side. Sorry, you're not. Damn it! How did you survive? It's a Jewish conspiracy! It's a German Jew! Oh, okay, let's...
We have taken objective Redwood.
Ah, dear, the French have... I like that claim, but it's untrue. The French do not have 14 words for surrender. They have 1 word for surrender, and 13 words for giving up. Very important distinction. Right, so... oh, you're on my side. Yes. We'll send the foreigner in front. Go, that's a good Indian. Go on.
We have lost
You can,
battles.
just make sure it's clear. Make sure there's no explosives. And of course the, oops. Right, guess it wasn't safe. Thank you for that information. Bugger. Someone is not doing their job of keeping the skies clear and British. I want a plane. Oh, hello. I want a baby tank. That's what I want. What paint? Excellent. Got the nice, proper British paint scheme on this entirely British tank that was definitely not invented by the French. Right, let's see. What's going on? Where do we need to be? Oh, no, I can't raise the gun very high. Once upon a time, I actually managed to shoot down a plane with a tank. It was great fun. Not going to happen now, though. Fun fact about this particular tank.
Taken objective Charlie.
It had a crew of 2 people. One basically did the driving, and the other one stood in the turret and did the shooting. And in order to tell the driver where to go, you basically kicked him in the head. You kicked him once in the head to go forwards, twice to go left, and 3 times to go right. And sooner or later, you basically didn't go anywhere because the driver had concussion. That's how you know it was a French design. Because the British would have done it properly. Hello. There we are. Hello. You're not dead. Why aren't you dead? I'm hugely confused by the fact you're alive. Oh, thank you for the toast. Hello. Where are these people coming from? It's confusing.
Taken objective Duff.
Why aren't they dying? There we are. It's kind of got this piddly little gun, isn't it? Crap. It's a flying kraut. Delightful. Yes, and cheers to you, King Richard. I would toast you, but I'm busy trying to kill German people. Which is, of course, not racist, because, well, they're German. I'm just going to drive over you. Because I can. Excuse me, coming through. So sorry. But I did have right of way. You wasted on the road. Where's next? Apparently there's a lot of them here. Who did that? Shit. Right, I think we have to leave. What? Oh, bugger. Run away! We have a bit of a problem here. Destroy the tank! Don't let them steal it! There we are. I may be dead, but I denied you. And now I can toast Sir Richard. Excellent. I always enjoyed playing as you on Medieval 2 Total War, that DLC set in the uncivilized parts of the world. A plane! Quickly! We must acquire it. Did we, I don't think I got it. Fuck. No, I didn't. There we are. Hello, Mr. W. How are you this afternoon? Evening. Morning. It's probably 1 in the morning by now, I would imagine. So sorry about that. It's the issue of delays in, you know. There's a bit of a delay between you sending the message and me receiving. It's probably because you're somewhere in the 12th or 13th century and I'm here at the dawn of the 20th. It's awfully confusing. Oh dear. 10 to 1, really? Thought it was later than that. Anyway. Where am I needed? This is an awfully close battle. Rather impressed. I think the monastery is where, I've not been paying any attention to my squad. I'm such a good team player. Go this way. Yes, I think I'm spent. I've reached that. Oh crap! Ah, that went awfully. It's him again. It's that mysterious German Jew. I'm a bit concerned for him. I really am. I can only picture the situation. You know, it's somewhere out here there will be a young soldier saying, "Mein Gott, look at the kill count of the Jew. He is vastly outperforming me. He is making me look like the useless stupid person." And someone else will say, "Yeah, Adolf, he is making you look awful. What are you going to do about it?" And young Adolf says, "Ah, don't worry. I have the plan." And there you are, you see. The entire Holocaust was caused by the fact a Jew got a better kills to death ratio than Adolf Hitler. The more you know. Why did you park that there? You are entirely unhelpful. But then again... Oh, right, there we are. So, I think it did actually move. No, I imagined it. Right. Well done, you bloody call center monkey. You got the bike stuck. Oi! Who shot me? Oh. It's a Texas tank. Don't tread on me, Snake. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't seem like there was any sign about not bombing him, so the plane was kind of had fair game. You know, that's just typical lack of forward planning from the Texan. Right. He's buggered off to parts unknown. Now, is he going to come back? I think he is. I am hitting him, I think. Just didn't do very much. Shit.
We have taken objective.
Ah, that's hugely frustrating. I didn't know ISIS had an air force. Good lord. Right, well. Where do we go and what do we do? Because I'm really unsure of where I need to be. Looks like they shot down one of our planes. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's help you out. Have some ammo. Which one's... Oh, over there. Right. That bloody plane again. Bloody annoying. I want an anti-aircraft gun. Or possibly some competent... Oh, shit. Huzzah! Actually killed something. And one more for good measure. Did I? Damn it!
We are losing objective Charlie.
Is that little tank again? Bloody dying to Thomas the Tank Engine over and over. How do we get to B from here? Don't know if we can. We'll have to stop at Edward. Oh shit. What? Where did that come from? Oh, right. Fair enough. Someone gonna revive me, do you think? Hmm. Well, that was wonderful. That was such a productive use of your time. Ah! A plane! Make it look nice. Oh no! What have I done? Fuck! How did that happen? Right. Please be still available. No, it's gone. Fuck it. Damn. That was, like, the last hope of dealing with these bloody aircraft. Suppose I could get an artillery truck. Right. Oh well. I have no idea where these things are coming from. There's just bullets flying everywhere. There we are. Right, that's 31 kills, 269 to go.
That's a
Crap.
tank.
That. And that was the last of the Hobgoblin. Now I'm unhappy. I'm all melancholic. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. There is no purpose without alcohol. There we are. I'm resigned to taking as many of them as I can with me.
We have an airship en route.
Oh, the airship's coming. Too little, too late. But it would be kind of fun to mess around with. Aha! Right.
We are losing.
Just last minute bit of drunken fightering. Where are the enemy? Hello, enemy planes. I'm not seeing them. Aha!
I can see a plane.
God, how did I miss that? Right.
Our airship has arrived.
Ah, wait, I've got it. We'll use the,
Up there.
crap. Failed with the burning ammunition. Trying again. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm not actually bored of chasing you yet.
Enemy plane. Watch it.
There we are. Forced you to bail. Oh well, too little, too late. Oh, and they want to play the Argonne. I fucking hate the Argonne. That's the clue that I should just fuck off and go to bed. Drink some water first. To stave off a hangover. Oh, God. Well, this has been delightful. I've certainly enjoyed myself. I hope you have as well. Yes. I think that's about it. I'm sure there's something I should add to the end of this, but, you know, I'm a little bit tipsy. It's been fun. Thank you for watching. Where is the off button?